8:52. Every month we check in with our weight loss coach to the stars. You know, a lot of talk show hosts talk about exercising once a month for 5 minutes and they lose weight. Some talk show hosts talk about taking some type of liquid 2 hours before they go to sleep and they lose weight, or some magic pill. I don't do that. I actually do this really weird thing where I exercise and I try and eat right. And that's why we have Charles D'Angelo here, who is with us, who is a weight loss guru here in town. Charles D'Angelo joins us via Skype. Good morning, Charles.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you guys doing?
We're doing great. Caught you in the middle of a workout?
Absolutely. Wearing the inappropriate
That's enough.
alternative radio station T-shirt.
Now, yesterday, I literally dragged myself to the gym, and it was painful, and I didn't want to do it, and my 40 minutes walking on the treadmill was terrible. But afterwards, I felt like $1,000,000. Getting to the gym and just being in the, just getting there has got to be the hardest part of your whole program.
Well, they say that getting there is 80% of the job. Once you're there, of course, it's easy to do what you're supposed to. And I always tell my clients that come to see me that you have the choice of two pains in life. You can either choose the pain of discipline, which weighs just ounces. It's that moment where you say, I'm going to forego short-term satisfaction of the taste of this, or what's the most easy thing right now, and really invest in long-term fulfillment. That's pain number one, which is very minimal.
And what's the other? Oh, he cut out.
He's frozen.
He's frozen. What happened to you?
Just when he was giving that.
Just when he was really going to hit it. Okay, good. All right, Charles, you're back. I'm sorry, you cut out there for a second. And what's the other pain?
The other pain is called the pain of regret. That's saying, I'm going to get around to this next week. I'm going to do this when I get to it. I'm going to really not invest in my long-term fulfillment, but rather just do what's easiest. And that weighs a ton. It's much easier to deal with the pain of discipline, making the small decisions day after day, week after week, month after month, and having the type of success that you want, than looking back at your life, 5, 10 years from now and saying, I wish I would have, I should have, and I really could have, but I didn't.
It's a great point. You feel terrible for 5 minutes, and then you go to the gym and you suck it up. If you let the demons win and you don't go to the gym, you feel terrible all day long.
Well, listen, all of us have that little voice in the morning that says, just stay in bed. Today, it was a gloomy day. The lightning was going on outside. The thunder and rain was coming down. And it would have been very easy, just to stay in bed. I even still have that voice, and it's been over 10 years since I weighed 360 pounds. All of us have that little voice inside of us that encourages us to take the easy way out. What we have to do is work to train that to be a very distant echo rather than the thing that's really driving our life.
Really is true. Once you can sort of master that and sort of beat back your demons, the old saying, there's nothing tastes as good as skinny feels, Charles.
Well, you need to make sure that you have compelling goals, too. How many people do you know that just don't have a list of goals? They don't really have anything that they're working toward. They don't really feel excited about their future. So you can start today by coming up with, what do you want to achieve in the next 3 months? Where do you want to be 3 months from now? Because we both know that you're going to be somewhere. The question is where. And the decisions you're making today are going to be the things that lead you to wherever that ends up being. You need to make sure the decisions you're making are things that are pulling you towards that future that you want and not pulling you away from it.
What about people who, they keep putting off, okay, I'm going to start next Monday and then the following Monday. And, spring is here, the temperature is changing, it's getting warmer, and we can't hide under coats and everything. So how do you stop from putting it off and from doing it now?
I think it goes back to what I said about the pain of discipline and the pain of regret. You've got to kind of forward pace yourself and say, how am I going to feel if a month from now I'm 10 pounds heavier? How are my clothes going to fit? How is my energy going to be? Most importantly, how is my health going to be impacted? So, Kelly, if you bring the pain of the future that you know is coming, if you know that you're on a path that leads to a bridge that has been out for a long time and you're going to go over and free fall, you want to turn around on that road before you get there. So bring that pain, bring that future to the present. Don't wait until the urgency necessitates change. Bring that urgency to the now by just asking yourself, really, where are the decisions I'm making taking me? Are they taking me close? Are they pulling me further away? If you can bring that future to the present, you can get yourself motivated to do what you need to do. And the reality is, it is not that complicated. You just need to make sure that you're eating about every 2 to 3 hours, lean proteins, complex carbohydrates, and healthy fats, getting about a half hour of exercise in a day. And if 80% of the time you're eating really clean, and every now and again you get a little off course, as long as you come back to center, you're set. You can really achieve some wonderful things.
That's what I like about you, Charles, is that you say we're not overweight because of one bad decision. We're overweight because of months of bad decisions.
Yes, and you have to realize that, I always go back to the old saying, if you eat until you're sick, you have to diet until you're well. So many people are repulsed by the idea that they're going to actually have to discipline themselves and restrain those primal urges to just be spontaneous. The real error that most people fall into is being spontaneous with their food habits rather than strategic. If you can become strategic rather than spontaneous in your eating habits and making sure that you're making exercise as basic as hygiene, is just what you do every day, you don't really give yourself the luxury of making it a choice. It becomes a necessity, like taking a shower or putting gas in your car. You'll be unstoppable. But you really have to categorize healthy eating and regular exercise as basic as hygiene. And once you get into that mindset, again, you can be like the number of people I've helped now, thousands of people, to lose hundreds of pounds collectively, if you'll just get yourself in that right mindset.
Charles, I got 30 seconds. How do people get a hold of you?
You can go to my website, charlesdangelo.com, or you can call my office at 314-495-3228.
And your book is out there, Amazon.com, Think and Grow Thin as well.
And Barnes & Noble, all across the country.
We'll let you get back to the gym. Charles D'Angelo, good to see you. Good to see you on Skype, and we'll talk to you down the road.
I really enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in studio next month.
There's Charles D'Angelo, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing crazy about it. Exercise and eat right.
Mm-hmm.
Shocking how it works.
No magic bullet.
9 o'clock, KTO.